The premise: a novel to save the world.
Dr. Baker? What seems to be the matter?
What's this?
Why, it's an invoice, of course.
Yes, I can see it's an invoice. An invoice for what?
Well, for saving your life this morning, Colleen.
You're actually charging me for saving my life? $1,500?
Unless you feel your life isn't worth $1,500. I rather think it's a bargain.
Are you kidding me? What kind of a sick bastard?
Colleen, we met by chance last night. I took advantage of the situation. I'm sorry. It's what I do. I enrage people and evaluate their reaction.
Wait, you're an enrager?
So to speak, yes.
No, you're not. You're a college professor with a degree in criminology. You write books and give creative writing classes around the country. A walking example of those who can't teach.
Ouch! Where did that come from?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe from almost dying and being charged $1,500 for the trouble? Are there any more like you back in Samaria?
You have every right to be mad, but you have to understand, people get mad at me all the time. I thrive on it. If you really want to get back at me, try being nice. I can't handle it, honest. Jack knelt on one knee and grabbed Colleen's hand. Have dinner with me tonight. Tell you what, we'll call it even. His smile was infectious, and his brass was like nothing she had ever experienced.
Not so fast. I don't know anything about you.
Here's an idea. I'll answer 3 of your questions if you answer 3 of mine.
Are you married?
Was. Now divorced. Are those contacts?
No. How old are you?
48. Born in San Diego, June 25th. Can you really cure AIDS?
Why? You positive?
That's not an answer.
Very good, Simon. But are you positive?
Yes. I'm positive that isn't an answer.
No! Kyle shouted at the top of his lungs. Mark! Kyle stood there fully enveloped in the horror of the scene. As he turned to run back to the van, a thunderous explosion enveloped the van in a huge, towering fireball. The shockwave threw him backwards to the ground and down a ravine. By the time Kyle was able to scramble back up the slope, the van was completely engulfed and burning furiously. Perhaps he was still a target. At that moment, he felt what all terrorists seek to instill: unreasonable, ungovernable fear. The kind Kyle's father, who had experienced the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Towers, had told him about. Just as on that clear September morning years ago in New York City, the realization hit him hard. 1 hit could be an accident, but 2 hits was no chance occurrence. 2 hits was murder, conspiracy, execution, and with our own predators, no less.
Yeah? Hank, it's Cooley,
Bill said, hesitant where to begin. He might be the Crimson Desert prison warden, but he knew he took his chances calling Hank at home.
We've had a problem. I just heard from the CO. He called and had some fantastic story about the military going rogue on him. Said they'd killed that doc at the base, then took out the CO's van full of prisoners heading to the base for a checkup. He said he thinks they used drones and missiles. Funny, I never took that kid for a drinker.
Hold on, Bill. You hit me with all this out of the blue. Let me call you back in 10. And with that, he hung up the phone, leaving the warden with his mouth open and feeling even more stunned than before.
Senator Deason, may I introduce Jack Colder?
Thanks for seeing me, Senator. I understand you want some background for your next book. What sorts of things do you want to know about? Well, you're on the Armed Services Committee, right? How much power does that position afford you? Power? Yes. For example, could it be enough to get an Air Force Base commander to cover up a murder? What kind of book are you writing there, son? There's no position in Washington powerful enough to get something like that done. You didn't come here to try out plots with me, did you? No, Senator, I didn't. I came to offer you a way out of the conspiracy you've gotten involved in. Jack opened his briefcase, pulled out the diabetic kit, and retrieved a small refrigerated vial and syringe and placed it on Max's desk. I'm here to offer you a way out. Max could not take his eyes off the vial, and they grew large at the prospect of what Jack could possibly mean by a way out. Could he mean suicide?